All right, here we go. We are in Chapter 6, Section 4, and we are going to dive into the algebraic way using percent equation into solving problems. Now, I showed you this a little bit before, and it might not still be sinking in, mainly because the problems we've been doing so far are always find the percent. And if you can make the fraction, you would just go to town, go fraction to decimal to percent. That's easy. You wouldn't go through this step of the percent equation because it seems like more work if you can figure it that way. I totally agree. However, the problems we're going to get today is you are going to be given the percent and you have to either take the percent of a number or you're going to say the percent of what number is a value that I'm giving you. And then this way may end up being a whole lot easier. All right, so I want to basically give you another tool to put in your algebraic tool belt so that you can walk around with your swagger and solve percent problems. Our learning target today then is going to be I can solve percent problems, but specifically using this algebraic equation. That's what really our goal is for today, using the percent equation. Well, here's what I need you to understand. When you see a percent problem, you almost always see these two words, the is and the of. The percent of a number is something, okay? And either you are missing the percent, which is the problems that we were doing in section 3, or you're missing this number, okay? Or you're missing the other number. So you're missing one of the three, and this is how we're going to tackle this in an algebraic way. When you see the word is, translate that into the equal sign. When you see the word of, and I don't mean out of, so this one's going to be a little trickier, okay? And I need you to put on your algebra eyes to understand the difference between the two. But when it just says of this, that is a multiplication sign. And then we're going to go to town and solve it. Also, make sure you've got your calculator handy. You're going to use it a lot. Here we go. Kevin made 72% of his 25 shots at last night's game. So how many shots did he make? Well, let's take a look at what this question's really asking. It's saying 72% of the 25 shots is what? What number? Okay, now there are two ways. We've been focusing a lot on proportion way. And then today we're also going to master equation way. Okay, so draw a line. We're going to do a couple of examples and do it both ways. All right, just so you see how you would tackle it each method. 72% of the 25 shots. Now, first of all, when I'm thinking of my bar or my number line, where this is 0%, this is 100%. This was 25 shots, okay? Which means about 50%. Well, that'd be 12 and a half shots, which doesn't make sense. Can't take half a shot. And then 72% is going to be a little less than the 3/4 mark. Okay, so somewhere in here. So, yeah, I know I'm probably around, I don't know, 15, 16, 17, 18, somewhere in that ballpark. Okay, but I don't know exactly. Proportion way says this. You always have your percent. 72% means 72 out of 100. And then of the 25 goes on the bottom because that's where the 100 was. And then this is the number you're looking for. Okay? You can cross multiply and solve this. 72 times 25 equals 100 times x, and then basically divide by 100 and go to town and get your answer, which I believe should be about 18. Okay? Yes. X equals 18. There's no percent on here. I already had the percent given to me. This is just a number, 18 shots. Here's equation way. You would say 72% of 25 shots is what? 72% becomes a decimal, 0.72. The of translates into multiply. 25, that just stays 25, is my equal sign. And this is what I don't know. Okay, if you want to put X there, that's fine, or pick a variable, that's fine. Hey, now I just grab my calculator and I type in 0.72 or 72 hundredths times 25. Ding! I get 18. And I suppose I should label this because it was a word problem. 18 shots. Boom. Let's look at another one. 75 is what percent of 1500? Okay. Aha, this time I don't know the percent. 75. Now, if I were looking at this with my percent bar here, here's 0%, here's 100%. Okay. I have the number 75 and my of numbers. So 1500 is here. Okay. The of number, the 1500. 75. Well, let's look. So, this would 50%, halfway, is going to be half of 1500. That's like 750. Wow, this number is going to be really, really tiny. Don't know exactly what it is. I just know that I'm going to have some kind of percent equals 75 out of 1500. And then I'm going to have to cross multiply. N times 1500 equals 100 times 75. Okay, and then I'm going to divide by 1500. And you get a number like 5. Now realize 5 sits here in my proportion, 5 out of 100. So my answer would be 5% because I'm looking for the percent. That's proportion way. Here's equation way, which is why I think this becomes a whole lot easier. 75 translates 75. Is translates into equals. What percent? Yeah, okay. Now I got to pick a variable. What percent? So I'm going to use the letter P because that'll remind me I'm going to get a value and I have to make sure it's written as a percent. Of is times 1500 translates to 1500. Okay, so really, well, I just need to isolate my variable, so divide by 1500. Okay, this is kind of like the ones you were doing yesterday. Take 75 divided by 1500, and you get this decimal, 0.05. Okay, now this is the decimal. I need you to write this number as a percent. Decimal to percent. You go 2 places to the right. Boom. Always look back at your problem so you know what you're looking for. Let's do one more. I'm not even going to do this. Okay, I'm going to do this equation way. $1.42, 1.42, is equals what percent, my variable, of times $28.40. Okay, or maybe some of you are just saying, hey, if I have the is and the of number, can't I just go jump right to this stage right here and make the fraction? You can. All right, now this one, grab your calculator. $1.42, okay, $1.42 divided by $28.40. Oh, here's a weird coincidence. I should have picked a better example. I get the same decimal, 0.05, which is 5%. If you're looking for percent, make sure you write your answer as a percent. Okay? Easy peasy lemon squeezy. If you are given a bunch of numbers, basically that look like this, I want to find 37% of, 94 is what? Basically, you're just going to translate this into the decimal, 0.37. Of is times. 94 comes down. Is means equals. Holy Toledo. Are you telling me all I got to do is type in 0.37 times 94? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 34 and 78/100. Done. Easy. And I think this way is far more efficient at times than the proportion. Okay? Is and of, those are the magic words today. Your assignment will be posted in Schoology. So go ahead and check and see what it is. And as always, good luck, and may the force